Hello everybody and welcome back to Jake's RC Stuff, and we're back with a very quick video from the bench. I have had the house to myself this week, but I've also had COVID. So I've been very much sort of trying to rest and recuperate, but I'm more or less on the mend, and actually on the way back today. So I thought we'll do a quick video, mostly to test my new iPhone, iPhone 17 Pro Max. Still having to use a DaVinci camera app because of you can't do 50 FPS video for some fucking weird reason in the new app. You could do 25 or 100, neither of which is that fucking useful. So I'm doing different framing and stuff in the DaVinci app. Also using, because I remember to charge them up, the Rode microphones. So this is sort of as professional as we get. I guess the main good thing, I don't expect the camera quality to be much better, to be honest. The main difference is going to be the fact that I can actually get the footage off via USB-C, USB 3, so it won't take bloody ages, or airdropping. Just to be honest with you, that's what I've done most of the time. But yeah, what we're doing today, very simple. I had a sudden realization that actually none of the servos in the wing are attached. So today is going to be a plug-in day, basically. I know that might not sound very exciting, and that's because it isn't. But it's a video to put you guys on with, and as I say, if this stuff does end up being thrown in the bin because there's something wrong with the video, then that's fine. Also, I just want to see how this new camera is. So I've got our mission planner laptop out. That's because I need to know what servo inputs I'm putting into where. It's been ages trying to find this bloody thing. But yeah, I suddenly realised, of course, with these Rode microphones, you get to hear all of my slightly shit breathing. Now, in terms of wires, by default, you get a sort of wire lead of connections, and two separate ones, and you also get two separate ones, I believe, with the VTOL kit, because the idea is by default it's LEDs, which can use a wire lead, motors, and whatever else. So yeah, I guess I'm going to have to wire lead the ailerons, which are not great, but never mind. Let me get this thing plugged in, and we'll see what the servo tab says, and we'll get the servos plugged in before anything else. Let's connect. Waiting for parts. Oh, I did find this, which is actually from the little back that comes with it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and just not use one of the wires out of it. So we can just put a bit of heat shrink on that to keep it out of the way. Get some heat shrink tube. Any tube will do as long as it's the right size. So here we are. Here is our heat shrink tube that I found on the floor. Let me get a lighter. Yeah, to be fair, this is probably not the best one to have the Rode mics on, or at least have them on but position them a bit further away from that, directly next to a diseased throat. There we are. Don't heat it too much, it seems like it's that very cheap silicone wire that wanted to melt, but never mind. So we have actually got 6 separate wires now. So we can have one for everything. So let's have a look. Of course, this is now stuck in, so it's a bit hard to see. Okay. In fact, I think I'm going to remove these little side bits. I'm paraffin down so I don't accidentally tap something and blow something up. Yeah, so I did suddenly think, you haven't got any servo controls in those things you've just screwed in. One of those sort of shower thoughts. Okie dokie, so what have we got? We have got motor, servo, and LED. Now, if I remember correctly, LED has become tilt, so we don't need to worry about that too much. Everything is sort of as it is written. So servo. So these are the ailerons in the middle. Okay, so those are the two ailerons. We'll put right into the first one. So right is going to be number 5. Actually, no, left should be number 5. That's probably how they'd have it set up. So left goes into number 5 on our thingamabob. Also the light, I can't tell if it's, I can't tell if it is helping or hindering, because it's, what, 8:30? I think it's a bit later now. It is just past 9 o'clock. So the sun's streaming in from behind, so you will get shadows and stuff, but we don't have a proper, like, blind, I guess. Put that in there as well. So that's the two ailerons. Next up is elevator. I can deal with that. Where is the elevator servo? Slightly panicking. I haven't got an elevator servo. Oh no, there it is. Elevator servo. I can go in. Next. Tail motor, tilt motor front left. Okay, so that's this one. And it's the one that we've put in as, or by tilt motor. No, yeah, that is right, And this is the one I've elected to use that wire lead. And in the next one, again, LED. That is going to be for the other one on the other side. We're back to red connectors. What's going on here? Right, that's that in. I'm just going to nip for a drink. I'll be back in a moment. Right, I found a treat. Chocolate milk.
I like chocolate milk.
For the lactose intolerant. Mmm, deliciousness. That tastes like proper milk. It is proper milk. That's good. That's the trouble with all of the, like, Starbucks in a bottle or a can, or the Costa ones. They taste like shit because it's long life milk. Right, back to this. So we've put in our tilt motors, front and left. 10 is disabled, and 11 is tail tilt servo, which we don't have. So that's fine. So we now need to do motor 2, 1 and 3, but I'm not sure which is motor 2, which is motor 1, and which is... Okay, but I have to do some more Googling of this, actually, to try and find out, like, what is motor tilt servo 1, 2 and 3, because it probably won't be what I imagine. Right, I'm going to pause the video again and do some research. Right, I found the section. It's in Painless 360's video 3 on the T1 VTOL build. It's at, what, 6 minutes 26? Front left, well, left wing motor is into S1, which is down on this front section here. So, into S1, which is the one closest to the edge of the board. Somewhat sensibly. Gotta be careful with these pins because they're not all 100% lined up for various different reasons. So that is those two done. And tail motor is on S3. So that is the one at the very far end of the ones on this side here. Don't know why that laptop's fan is going mad when it's doing bugger all. Maybe it's because it's very rarely on, so it's having to do 4,000 million updates. Or you might not be able to hear that because I'm using the proper mics. So that is all of the servos and speed controllers. So I'm going to look at putting these back in now. Now we've got so many wires connected, it is being a little bit more of a shit, but we can do it. Right, that's that in. No wires trapped that I can see. I've managed to throw the screws all over the place, but never mind. Nip that up just tight, like so. And then on this other side, which I think could be even more of a problem, because we've got all these pins here now. Am I still roughly on the table for you guys? Yes, I am. Not that you can see much. Something I was considering is maybe using my old phone as like, because other than the battery being crap, it still works all right. And for this, the USB port's slow. But having it strapped to the roof for sort of head down shots, but not today. This is a lot harder because of how many bleeding cables are in the way. That, as all of the speed controllers and servos are in. So, now what we need to look at doing is the other sort of random detritus. So, TX4 and RX4 for the HD system. Let me budge it back a bit. So, it's closest to the front. And this is the one that might be a pain in the arse because I balls up putting the pin in. Right, that is in. So this is the GPS. GPS, TX5 and RX5. Where is that? Oh, it's right in the fucking sort of no man's land. Okay, at the side where the sort of separate control box comes out. Which is a bit of a pain because that's where all the bloody cables are. Milk! Time for more milk. Milk break, everybody.
I like chocolate milk.
Yes, yes, I know! Just take it!
Okay, so, yeah, so the side where that little box thing comes out, it's in the middle, and the coloured pin, that's the wrong thing, and the coloured pin, as opposed to positive and negative, needs to go to the edge, and it goes in the middle, like so. So last but not least, we've then got our receiver, which, let's go back to YouTube on the iPad. For receiver that isn't S-Bus, it's TX2RX2, which is sort of slap bang in the middle with the ground towards that side. And it is closest to the rear edge of the board. The black and red pins that I've put in massively helping there. Okay, so towards that side, yes. Wow, so I think actually that is everything put in, and my eyes did not deceive me. Hobby King have just released I believe it's a 3000 or a 3300 milliamp hour 4S battery, 30C I think, which should be enough. That's the size of a 2200, which is probably what I want to go for. They're just not in the UK yet. So no batteries for this yet. But that's everything wired in. I'm not sure if I need to do any more programming. But this is meant to be just a quick video before people get back, and so that I can test all this new equipment, or one piece of equipment, but with all the equipment together. So I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Again, very much a test video. That's a lot of wires I've got to try and cram in there. That's it for today. I also learnt, because before this video started I had to spend ages looking for the canopy. I am going to put the canopy on, and then because there's no wing tube to clip it with, I'm just going to get a bit of the old blue masking tape just to keep this over the top. I will try and edit this if there is any horrible snivelling or whatever, but do remember I have COVID, or I'm getting over COVID. Still testing positive, but feel a hell of a lot better than I did. I mean, this is Sunday morning, like Thursday, I'd never got out of bed. But anyway, that is going to be it. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button, remember to subscribe, comment down below, any questions, comments, feedback, anything like that, you can put it below. Be not competitive, what the word I'm looking for? Constructive! Constructive is the word that I'm looking for. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.